Coach, your first year, an opening statement on that thrilling victory, and then we'll go with questions.
Well, we talked about the most aggressive team and the mentally toughest team would win, and that's what happens a lot of times in postseason. And our guys had a lot of fight. We played with a lot of aggressiveness, and I thought, these two guys to my right and left really came up big. Our seniors really came up big, and that's what it takes in postseason.
Coach, one of the things you talked about before the game was that you felt like you really need to keep it tempo down and keep it at that pace. Through the first half, it seemed that way, but it seemed to develop a quicker pace, but you guys stayed with it. Can you address that?
Well, we wanted to tempo them with aggressiveness, not stall. And we were going to take what they gave us, and sometimes you've got to trust your guys. They wanted to go attack and win the game. So we stuck to our game plan, I thought, throughout.
Kenyon, 40 minutes plus on the floor. What does it mean for you knowing that your coach has that kind of confidence in you to keep you out there this whole game?
It's unbelievable. It means that I had to step my game up. He put me out on the court because he know I can make plays, and I should make plays. And as a senior, I feel like I did that, and I needed to do that today.
Coach, how about the play of KB down the stretch? Kind of got down those last 4 minutes, that last media timeout. It was all him the rest of the way. What about his performance?
Well, Kenyon, we wanted to run a lot of, we call it the high ball screen, and use Kenyon's one-on-one ability, and he got us a lot of baskets because he finished. He got similar shots, but he did a good job finishing. And but it was a total team effort. We put 5 guys in double figures for maybe the first time this year, and it was just a great team win for Southwestern.
Trent, the offense had 15 points. Obviously, it was a good night, double-figure scoring, but your defense was quality as well. Can you talk about the defensive effort that went forward tonight?
I've been working on my defense a lot. That was the biggest thing coming this season with my defense. Last year, I feel like we did a lot of 2-3. I can play man. Coach worked with me off season, so I take pride in my defense. It ain't all about scoring. Sometimes your defense carries your offense. I try to think about that all the time.
Coach, I said on the air as they were reviewing that final shot in regulation that regardless 2 or 3, the momentum was with Washita right there. But you guys came out, scored the first 3 points in the extra frame. What did you tell your team during that time to make sure that your team regained the momentum once play started in the overtime?
Well, just stay with what we had game planned. Just stay with our stuff, stay aggressive, be the mentally tougher team, and we got a chance. But we've been in this situation. We had to win 4 of our last 5 games to get into this thing, so we're pretty calloused, and it kind of showed towards the end of the game and in the overtime.
KB, you guys lost your big guy there at the end. Iowa fouled out, but then Oliver came in and he missed free throws, then grabbed the board and stepped up and hit those last free throws. What did you think of his play there at the end?
It was fantastic. You never know who's going to be the hero. And Oliver stepped up and made those 2 big free throws, and we really needed that from him.
Coach, one last question. It really was inside-outside all night long. The inside game was so big. It was an undercard all by itself with Ojo and Brown. But every time you think it's going to be all about the inside, these guys step up on the outside, drain threes, and make something happen. Can you talk about the inside-outside game?
Well, we went into Iowa. We have been doing that the last probably 2 to 3 weeks. We're trying to punch it into him a little bit more. But really, our guys, it was a belief. They just really believed in each other. They trusted each other, and they made the plays for each other. And we're a sound basketball team because of intangibles. We have really good intangibles and good people. But you're exactly right. We have gone a little more inside out here the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Trent, you had a tough time here last year. Didn't see many shots go down. What did it feel like to get some shots out? Shots going down here in Bartlesville.
I feel good. I feel more comfortable coming in this weekend. Just having confidence. Just have fun. That's the biggest thing Coach told us. If you don't have fun, what's the point of being out here? So I was just having fun. Last year I was just thinking too much.
How do you not let today's high turn into starting slow tomorrow with a quick turnaround?
I'll let them answer. Great question. It's the first thing we talked about in the locker room.
Quick turnaround. That's the great thing about basketball. We get to play again tomorrow. So we have to focus on the game for tomorrow, scout reports, and just focus up for that.
And KB, so kind of down the stretch, like the last, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes of regulation, you had like 7 consecutive points. Somebody may have already touched on this, but kind of what was going through your head? Were you thinking like, I want the ball in my hands, or was it just an opportunity that you saw and so you went with that?
It was a little bit of both. I saw opportunity and I wanted the ball in my hands. I didn't want us to lose today. It's my senior year and I'm trying to go out with a bang, so the confidence elevated in the last 4 minutes. So I wanted the ball in my hands and make plays.
Everybody else good? All right. Enjoy that quick turnaround. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.